What's going on, y'all? Man, before we start, it's okay if you back out and click the video in my description box. It is a video on Real Talk with Yanny's channel. That is the video I will be referencing. So for all of you, click the video in the description. It's about 3 minutes long. It's okay if you listen to it. Listen to it on 1.5 speed if you need to, or 1.75 speed if you need to. And it will give you some reference of what I will be talking about. Yeah. And for those of you that already clicked the video and y'all already heard it, let's talk about it. So, Real Talk with Yanny posted a video of a white woman talking about how done and fed up she is with men in general, and how women are fed up with men in general. Yeah, so in the video, it's a black woman clapping it up for her and you know, agreeing with her as usual. Y'all already know how these things go. Black women support black women support, you know, white women talking crap about men always. Shout out to second wave feminism, and first wave, honestly, but second wave feminism is really when they try to get their bona fides. And excuse my background. If these cars would move, we could move out the way of the paramedic, because you're deciding to not drive, and our light is green, of course. Yeah, excuse my background, y'all. So, yeah, so in the video, the black woman's clapping it up for the white woman, and the white woman is just saying how they're done. They're done with ghosting. She called ghosting abusive. Wait a minute. Don't women ghost more than men do? Don't women do the foodie calls? 30 some odd % of women admitted to doing foodie calls, and that's women admitting to going out on dates with men exclusively for the restaurant that the man wants to go to, or how exclusive the restaurant is, or how expensive the menu is. So let me get this right. Women are done with men being ghosting them and being supposedly abusive, right? But women are doing foodie calls, and 30% of them admit it. That's the ones that admit it. So you know that number 50% plus, right? What else did the white woman say they were fed up with? Apparently white women are fed up with being in relationships and feeling lonely because men are emotionally unavailable. Women are fed up with and shout out to Mr. Research. Sorry, Mr. Research, I know you say don't poke at the women, but this video, the white woman was practically snarling. She was practically snarling. And you have black woman after black woman clapping it up for her in the comments. Yes, girl, go girl. And some black women doing the whole, you know, they got to do the whole jealous thing where, well, we've been saying this for years and now a white woman's saying it and people want to say that she doesn't sound crazy. No, that white woman sounds crazy as hell. She's snarling while also having the crackly about to cry voice, right? And for 3 minutes straight, all you hear is the crackly about to cry voice while she's seething. You could tell she's hearkening back to some relationship. She said she was in a narcissistic, abusive relationship, right? Talking about women have done the work. Men, when is it men's turn to level up, right? Men will call you their ride or die, but then next week they'll be, you know, with someone else. They'll be with another woman. Women are meant to feel unattractive, and we're being compared to everybody, to other women, and da da da. And like, she took all of, you know, women in general's issues with men and issues with society, and she's like kind of blurting it out there, and that's perfectly okay. Shout out to all you SYSBM brothers who think you're gonna leave black women and then turn a white woman like this into a wife. Hear me, I think so. Maybe it's turn to level up. Women have been doing the work and yada yada. Leaders. So nothing women or an individual woman does is wrong or abusive to a man. Women in general and a woman singular are just paying, you know, this is their cosmic justice towards men. And in diatribe, she says believe instead of feel, which is just a fancy word of saying feel. And she's the reason I feel, by the way, I don't know why I didn't bring this up before. The woman is responding to the supposed New York Times article speaking about men being lonely right now and whatnot. And it just reminds me of a segment Lou Dobbs did years ago. This had to be maybe a decade ago now, where he went over how successful women are doing, how well their careers are, and that women were still something like 5% less happy. I don't even know how you rate these things, but supposedly women were still unhappy. It also reminds me of the Morgan Stanley article y'all hear me bring up over and over again about how essentially the white racist hyper-capitalists realized that, you know, between 2018 and 2030, something like 45% of women are going to be single. A large chunk of those women are going to be childless. And essentially the Morgan Stanley article was a bunch of rich, white, racist, capitalist men drooling at the idea that they're going to sell and advertise everything to these women, right? They're like salivating over the notion of like the fact that single women spend more money. And so we're going to speak to all of our investors. And remember, Morgan Stanley is an investment bank. They're not here to just BS. They're not just making these predictions for no reason. They're looking to make money off these things. And it reminds me of that. For those of you that are recently in, it's okay. Go click on this in the description box. Watch that video. It's about 3 minutes long. If you want to expedite the process, listen to it at 1.5 speed or 1.75 speed and come back. It's only 3 minutes long, so you can know what I'm speaking about. But like I was saying, the Morgan Stanley report memo speaks to this, right? So now that New York Times is saying, well, a bunch of men are lonely, which is men being more honest about their emotional state than many women are, because as we can see all through the internet, women are just, no, I'm good, I'm fine, single, I'm good, I'm great, right? I've been single for 3 years and I couldn't be happier. I got a big smile on my face. And that's your mom, and you know how miserable she is. Or that's your older sister, and she cried to you about how lonely and single she is. Or that's your aunt, and your mom told you how your aunt damn near committed suicide because she's lonely and single and miserable. Oh my God, you're walking your car. Oh, you're not driving. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, the people that like everybody leaves in traffic and they're like doing like 20 miles under the speed limit. But yeah, so you know, this young lady is just, to me, it's just another, haha, yes, God and God in the universe is paying y'all back. It's kind of sad. Once again, for those of you that always hear me, Mr. Z is always like, this is so sad, women, this is so sad, what are y'all doing? And I can't help it, right? Because like this lady looked like she's somewhere in her 30s, but she's a white woman, so you never know because they age like, you know. But yeah, so maybe in her early 40s, but she looked like she's in her 30s. And the way she's speaking, it is sad to me because you're gassing yourself, right? The young lady was speaking about men gaslighting women, and essentially she did the moral high ground thing that black women do, which is a woman thing, right? We've done the work. Men have not done the work. When are men gonna do the work? And if men feel lonely, maybe it's because you need to be a better human being. Women have done the work. We have made ourselves better. So it's that moral high grounding. It's women are doing what we need to do. Men aren't. Why men aren't showing up for women the way we want them to. And all I hear is a woman that probably got alpha widowed, or a woman that got ghosted, and if this is like an example of her, this lady is unhinged. She's barely holding it together in this video. And I'm like, yeah, I could see why he left. Right? But leave it up to black women to be clapping it up for her because she's saying the type of things they want to hear. All right, y'all could all be single together, because the real issue, and Mr. Z is going to reiterate it for eternity, for as long as I live, the real issue is that all fighting for the top 20% dude. Either the tallest dude, the most muscular dude, the dude with the most charisma, or the dude with the most money. And no, this is not about Mr. Z being jealous, because Mr. Z is in a loving, healthy relationship. Yeah, so, but from my observation, from what we can see and read, from even demographers and sociologists who happen to be women, saying that women have this, like women of color primarily, see men, see white men with beards as the preferred choice, and it's women who want these particular, like, air quotes, alpha men, right? it actually kind of put things into perspective. It actually flips a lot of the stereotypes of men chasing after, and that means men of color also, chasing after white women to endear themselves to the dominant society. It flips that on its head, and it says it's actually women who want these, you know, white dudes with beards. So, in other words, women, and not just black women, women are throwing a fit because y'all all want the same dude, and he's spoiled for choice, and he's treating you like he's spoiled for choice. And so now you're demanding the regular dude level up. It's just not gonna happen. This entire system is a pyramid scheme. There's always going to be a bottom 80%. So now women are throwing a tantrum because the top 20% dude pumped and dumped you. Deal with it. Now the white women are feeling the burn. And, by the way, shout out to all the black women who still don't get it. Shout out to all you divestors that don't understand what this white woman just told you, underlying what she just told you. Yeah, white men are so much better. This white woman clearly is telling you no, they're not. But y'all are so hell-bent on proving that black men ain't ish that you still don't understand what this white woman just told you about white men. And what Latina women will tell you about Latino men. Shout out to all of you that didn't get the message. Right? And excuse my the road noise, I am driving right now. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, hit that super chat, right? Mr. Z trying to bring y'all good content. I'm not trying to give y'all too much enraging content though. We're gonna come off of this in the next few videos, unless this type of stuff continues. It's gonna continue, but I'm gonna still try to give y'all different content, more macro level stuff, because I only want to talk about this so I could talk about it in a macro sense. Right? It's not so much about this particular white woman or on the other side of the video, the black woman clapping it up for her. It's not really about that. What it really is Mr. Z trying to get y'all to understand that this is a woman thing. I've been telling y'all that. It's just that black women just happen to be the loudest about it. But white women, as white, and this is the issue, right? Women are not paying attention to what happened. As women enter the workforce more and more, right? And they make more and more money, their bar and their expectations from men rises. And there is a point where that is somewhat healthy. Then there gets a point where your imagination runs amok and the bar touches the moon. And men as human beings just cannot hit that, period. And so what's happening is that women are making enough. Women still, by majority, don't earn more than their male counterparts. So anyone that tells you that is fucking lying. And excuse my language. By the way, I know some of you are picking up your kids and you're driving with your children in the car, so I'm gonna cut down on the profanity. It's a lie. Women in majority still don't earn more than men. Women are still earning something like $25,000, $27,000 a year median income, right? As of 2019, so with inflation, let's say 28,000. Anyway, it's less than 30. So the whole women have leveled up, what, emotionally? All the stuff that we can't necessarily measure, but when it comes to money, and no one's telling you that you shouldn't necessarily make more than your male counterparts, but when you turn that into a bragging right or a point of insulting men because now women supposedly earn more than men, it's not true. Enough women though earn more than their male counterparts. Once again, enough women earn more than their male counterparts that they're putting the bar to the ceiling, and then they're getting mad that the majority of men just aren't capable of meeting that. Or if they are capable of meeting it, they're like, so now what are you gonna do for me? Now I make 80, 90, 100, 120,000. What are you gonna do for me? Right? And what are you gonna do for me that I want? Not what you want. So you wanna be a $40,000 a year woman and then dictate things in the relationship. I'm not with that. Go find somebody else, right? And in the video, the woman, you could hear it. She was like, we're tired of being treated like trash and you throwing us out, and like she's barely keeping it together. And I'm looking in the comments for Real Talk with Yanny. And by the way, this video from Real Talk with Yanny got like 70,000 views. 70,000 views and some 1,200 or 1,300 comments, if I'm not, last time I checked. And it's just woman after woman after woman after woman clapping it up for this video. And the black woman in the video clapping it up also. And y'all completely missed the glaring thing. This is a white woman most likely speaking about white men. Number one, so shout out to all you divestors and swirlers. Number two, she contradicted herself at least 3-4 times in the video, right? But y'all don't care about that because it's all about the feeling and the titillation of, yeah, a woman getting at men, haha, cosmic justice for men, haha. And I'm sorry, Mr. Research, I can't let this go. I know he said, don't stop poking at these women. Nah. And it's not about poking at them. It's about calling out the hypocrisy, number one. Number two, it's about saying, go ahead, rest in peace, Kevin. Go ahead, rest in peace, Kevin. Shout out to the Roger Report. Go ahead and buy a dog and die alone then. Men are admitting, you know, their loneliness when they're speaking to these counselors and therapists and whoever. Women are putting on and saying they're not lonely and they rather die alone anyway. Fine. Do that. And show your face so we can have on record when you do pass away in your apartment and your body starts to stink after 2 months and your family hasn't heard from you and they open the apartment door and you're there. We could be like, oh yeah, ain't that the same chick 30, 40 years ago that said that they perfectly okay being single and alone? Isn't that the white woman that was snarling while also having a crackly crying voice in the video 20, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, talking about they perfectly okay alone? When are men gonna show? When are men gonna level up? We've done the work. Isn't that same white woman? Ain't that the sister in the video that was clapping it up for her? Mr. Z doesn't push black men in general, to be alone. Mr. Z doesn't tell you could do it by yourself. I understand we're a social creature. We're communal, right? Mr. Z gets that. You won't find Mr. Z telling people on his channel it's better to be alone. Sometimes. Very seldom. Right? But y'all over here clapping it up for each other, and we can do it. In the comments is a comment from a woman saying, "Oh, I've been single for 3 years and I couldn't be happier." All right, women keep on. Y'all talk about black men gaslighting y'all and men gaslighting y'all. Women are gaslighting each other and gaslighting themselves, and then finding yourselves super single, unhappy, crying alone in your bed with your ice cream and your flowers and your vibrator. And everybody knows you're lying, by the way. Shout out to that New Yorker cover from a few months ago where a racially ambiguous woman is sitting on front of the screen looking like she online dating and her apartment looks a hot mess. That's a white man calling y'all out. Everybody knows what's really going on. You're fronting. Everyone knows it. Right? Shout out to to Professor Bugs and shout out to Professor Lundquist. They also know y'all fronting. By the way, those are two women. Sociology and demography. Right? Like, share, subscribe, hit that super chat. Yeah. So a New York Times article apparently comes out making y'all feel good because men are single and lonely. See, y'all should have bowed down and do what we told y'all to do from get-go. Okay. Y'all go ahead and celebrate. Men are being honest about their emotional state. And once again, women always reserve the right to condescend down from some artificial podium or pedestal position. Right? And that's what's going on here. Right? Oh, let me read this super chat. I'm sorry. What up, Z? Love the convo. Have you seen black women berating her boyfriend over cracking her car window with Kaya crazy? Well, I mean, once again, they reserve the right to condescend and belittle. And I haven't seen the video yet, so you could put it in the comment section after I'm done recording. But yeah, man, look, this is where we are. This young lady, bless her heart, she's speaking this way because, once again, women reserve the right to have some type of high ground, some type of pedestal position. And what she's saying is men aren't showing up for women. And like the women in Real Talk with Yanny's comment section are saying, black women have been saying that forever. Okay, cool. Black women have been saying that forever. Do you want a cookie? Now that the white woman is defecating on the white man. Shout out. Oh, let me do this. And this is a long time coming. Shout out to all you white dudes. Oh, for those of you in the comment section, y'all know where Mr. Z going. We tried to tell you. Our forefathers tried to tell you. But your forefathers thought it was funny. See, your forefathers thought it was funny when our mothers and our grandmothers were berating our fathers and grandfathers in the middle of the milk aisle. Your forefathers funded our grandmothers and great-grandmothers talking crazy about our fathers and our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers. Right? Your fathers funded that. Your forefathers funded all of this insanity, and black women could do it by themselves, and I don't need no man. Your forefathers were the banks that funded those movies, right? The bookstores that sold those books, the editors that edited those words, right? And now it's coming to bite you in the rear end because now your women are unhinged and doing the same thing. And I feel no sympathy for you. None. You thought it was funny watching Keisha curse us out. You thought it was funny watching Keisha go on reality TV show, talk show, talking crazy about us. You thought it was funny. Y'all laughed at it. Y'all laughed at it. And now your unhinged women are saying the same thing. And let's be honest, your unhinged women got way more power than our women do. So when they get you, ooh, it hurt. Ooh, it really hurt. And unlike doing better than black men because you have the thumb on the scales for them, nobody really has the thumb on the scales for white women in that way, and they still ripping y'all apart. Or, let me say that different. Your dads and granddads have the thumb on the scale for your own women over you, and now you're mad. But the thumb on the scale is the same thumb on the scale for black women. Right? So if you think this is Mr. Z saying, haha, haha, and yeah, Rolo, yeah, to all the white dudes, yeah, it was funny. It was funny when the talk show talking crap about black men. It was funny when they were dragging black men on, talking about black men are secretly on the DL. For those of you that don't know, that means download. That means secretly gay. That means he has a woman as a beard, and he's secretly gay. Y'all were laughing at that. Meanwhile, y'all all over the place doing bro jobs and giving each other blow jobs. That's not a lie, by the way. Shout out to all you black women that really think it's black men out here on the DL and not these white and Latino dudes. You better go talk to Latina women. You better go talk to white women. Right? White dudes out here doing all type of weird LGBTQ stuff and claiming straight. And yet y'all funding the movies insulting black men supposedly on the DL. Y'all are funding the movies where black men are womenizers and out here doing whatever with whoever woman. Meanwhile, you got a borderline charismatic white dude and he piping everything on the planet. And so, yeah, now you got white women like this condescending and talking down to white men in general, but white men. And black women, and their never-ending naivete and anger and rage at black men are clapping it up for her. Decades after second wave feminism, they still don't get it. Women like this help to destroy the black community and give a couple of y'all a couple of crumbs at the top. And y'all still clap it up for women like this. Y'all still don't get it. Women like this white women will gas y'all up, and in 3 years she's gonna be married to the same white dude she was railing against, and all y'all will be single. Y'all still don't get it. Is this what society is? Is it this easy to get women, black women on your side? All you got to do is post a video of you talking crap about men for 3 minutes, and it's a bunch of black women clapping it up. You got Real Talk with Yanny. Real Talk with Yanny got to be the most ignorant woman on the face of the earth. Half of American women earn $25,000 or $27,000, $28,000 a year or less. Half of American men earn $40,000, $42,000 a year or less. And you got Real Talk with Yanny talking about men leveling up. Don't be with these poor men. Don't be with these dusties. So be single then. That's why your subscribers are now lying to themselves about how happy they are and bragging about, oh, I've been single for 3 years. You got Kim from Fort Harriet in her comment section. You got, yeah, I've never been in a real relationship and I'm perfectly okay with that. And I'm 37. Stop it. You can say what you want about the men. I'm talking about black men specifically now. Ain't none of us talking about I'm 37, I've been single my entire adult life and I'm perfectly okay. Nah. And by the way, if one of us did say that, none of us would clap it up for that person. That person would not have 15, 20, 30, 100, 500, maybe 1,000 likes on that comment. No. Y'all can say what y'all want about the men, black men. That's one thing we're not doing. That's insane. You want to talk, this white woman talking about men gaslighting women. No, women gaslight women. It's a bunch of single, angry, bitter women in a coven clapping up. And in the comments, shout out to and you know, we haven't heard from the brother in a little while, but shout out to the nameless protagonist. In the comments was a woman talking about, and you want to know why some women go lesbian, and there it goes. Shout out to all you radical feminists from the 70s and 80s. Your dreams are coming true. Your dreams are coming true. Women that don't even know who you are, never knew you existed, talking just like you from 40 and 50 years ago. Slowly advocating for what you said. You got what you wanted. I know a lot of you youngsters, y'all don't even know what's going on. A lot of you women don't even know what's going on. You make just enough. You make just enough money to sustain yourself and to subsist. Talk about tongue twisters. Let me say that again. Sustain yourself, there we go, and subsist. Right? You make just enough. And now you're looking at men like, what are you doing for me? Even though the vast majority of men still earn more than you. But women now earn enough to say that. And it's not even like they're happy. What they say, 23% of women over a certain age are on some type of antidepressants. You think Mr. Z pulling that out of his rear end? Oh, y'all happy being single, but how many of y'all are on antidepressants? Like I said, contradicting the facts and the numbers. And that includes black women on antidepressants also, by the way. Y'all are happy being single. And look, men are miserable being single, ha ha ha. And then we look up women on antidepressants. Y'all on antidepressants for what? Y'all are single, so it can't be because you're in a relationship with some supposed abusive, psychologically or mentally abusive man. Y'all watch this white woman barely keep it together, and y'all clapped it up for her, black women. Y'all clapped it up for the white woman snarling while her voice is cracking, barely choking back the tears, and y'all clapped it up for her. This lady need to be on suicide watch, and y'all clapping it up for her. Y'all don't get it? Or is it just, as long as a woman is defecating on men, primarily black men, but she wasn't directing it specifically towards black men, but black women are. As long as a woman is defecating on men, we gotta clap it up for her. We don't care what she's saying or how she's saying it. We don't care if she jump off a bridge after the next 5 minutes. The lady was barely keeping it together. Right? Shout out to Taipan. Hope you're good, Mr. Z. Glad you're on your content grind. Yeah, man, I'm trying. I'm trying. I asked my subscribers when I on my first video if they wanted me to kind of do this more often, and it looks like they said yes. So I'm gonna try to do this as often as I can. And like I said, I'm not gonna do the Paris Milan for my subscribers and just give y'all nothing but rage content. We're gonna talk about these things on a macro level, and I'm gonna tell y'all to be careful. I'm not going to tell SYSB and brothers not to do what y'all want to do. I'm going to tell y'all to be careful, because there are white women and Latina women that are just like this. And so you think you're leaving black women for a higher ground. And like Mr. Z told y'all on Roger Report's channel about 2 years ago, there is no higher ground. Black women are just louder. At least in the States, in the Western world, there is no higher ground. If you're going to higher ground, you better go hurry up and find some woman in a developing country that's not in a major city in the developing country and wife her up. But if she's in a major city in a developing country, probably not. There is no higher ground in the West. There is no higher ground in America unless you go to BFE somewhere, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and she barely got a color TV in her house, right? Give me a second, y'all. Mr. Z got to pause for a second. I got to go run and use this scan card to open the door. Did I leave? Okay, here we go. Give me a second, y'all. Wait a minute. Yeah, y'all, my bad. My bad for the pause. Mr. Z's still here. So for those of you that haven't seen it, I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer, but there's a video in my description box of a white woman talking about how done they are, how done women are with supposedly emotionally abusive men that are not there emotionally, done with women have done the work, women are leveling up. Where are men? Why aren't men leveling up? What else did she say? Just, men treating women like trash. She's not for being a ride or die. You'll be a ride or die woman, and then next week he'll be walking off with someone else. She said ghosting is abusive, as if women aren't the queens of ghosting, right? She contradicted herself at least 3-4 times from what I can count, right? So yeah, and it was black women clapping it up for her in Real Talk with Yanny's comment section. And in the video is a black woman agreeing with her on everything, because black women still haven't learned from second wave feminism and going along with white women. When white women got an issue with their white men, black women are always there clapping it up for them. And then that white woman turns around and marries that same white man, while black women are talking about swirling and divesting and defecating on black men. So this white woman did all of that. Let's see where that white woman is in about 5 years. She might still be single and miserable and doing this whole snarling at the camera thing that she just did. Or she could be married, and these same black women in the comment section clapping it up for her will be single, drooling over her man. Shit, this white woman could turn around and get a black dude. Oops. Shout out to whatever one of you dudes that would actually wife her, though. Right? Anytime a woman dunks on a man, just look around and you'll see just a bunch of black women just clapping it up for her, right? Because they get off on that. So the New York Times article says what it says, but yet we have demographers and sociologists and all of them talking about how women are breaking. Women on antidepressants, homeless black women with black children, just all over the place. Women got hit hardest with this COVID recession, just all over the place. And yet one article comes out talking about lonely men, and you got a chorus of women, white, black, Latina, maybe even some Asian women just clapping it up. And those same journalists and those same editors a year ago were telling us about how hard hit the women are with this COVID recession and whatnot. You got the New Yorker cover, like I said, showing women with their 2 cats in their messy ass apartment online dating. You have Morgan Stanley salivating over a bunch of single women because single women make spend money like crazy. And y'all don't get it yet? Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit that super chat, right? Y'all don't get it yet? Y'all can't just keep on getting off on watching women dunk on men and then not look at your life and see how that's hurting you, right? And you're lying to yourself and to others. Oh, I'm perfectly okay being single. Man, I got so many black women that's telling me about they homegirls they go out of town with, crying to them, miserable, right? Remember the news anchorwoman that she jumped off the... I was thinking it, yes. Yes, let me reread that. Remember the news anchorwoman that she jumped off the building from the rooftop because of her depression? She was a Miss, was it Miss America or Miss Universe or Miss one of those? Gorgeous sister. Gorgeous. Very well accomplished, doing her thing. She was in her own way, her mind. She said it herself. I read through the article after because the Roger Report covered it. Shout out to Black Uru, he was on there. Me, Black Uru, Roger, AL, I think was on there also. Shout out to all the brothers that were on there. That I think Hot Sauce was on that panel also. If I think yeah. Who else was on there? Ra, I think, was on there, and it was a good discussion. The young lady was gorgeous. She was accomplished. She was doing her thing. But if you read through the article, she was in her own head. Everything she accomplished was never good enough for her. She had worked herself into a hospital at one point. She's so emblematic of your average woman right now. Y'all listen to Ayn Rand. Y'all listen to Milton Friedman. The greed is good Gordon Gekko bull crap. Right? Y'all let Disney run amok with y'all with this everybody has a happy ending at the end. This is why when Mr. Zeke walks in the room, drop 10 tons of the real world on you, the first thing out your mouth is, what's the solution? You're not looking for the solution. There's no way you believed all the crap you believed 2 minutes ago. I just told you the truth and what's really going on, and then the first thing out your mouth is, what's the solution? You didn't even sit with what I just told you. Oh, okay, shout out to Toya. What's up, Toya? Her name is Chelsea Christ. I think I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. And rest in peace to the young lady. You imagine? Absolutely stunning, accomplished. You're so attractive. You're not even BSing. You winning beauty pageants at the highest level. At the absolute highest level. And yet you don't even feel that accomplished, to the point where you literally commit the final act. How many women, and she wasn't just fine, y'all, she was smart. She was smart. She knew she was getting in her own way. In the article, she admitted she was getting in her own way. And yet you have other women who let, like I said, Milton Friedman, Ayn Rand, Reaganomics, Disney and Nickelodeon Channel, all these hyper-capitalist white racist men tell you what you need to do or need to be successful. These white racist feminists, and you're beating up on black men? No, go talk to all those white people over there. And go talk to your parents, namely your mother, about why she didn't tell you, yeah, babe, that's all in the entertainment. Yeah, men don't make that much in general. Yeah, that Rolls Royce costs $500,000. And you know, I've met people, because y'all know I'm an automobile enthusiast, I'm a car guy. And because I live in South Florida and you see Lamborghini Uruses like they're Skittles, people forget those are $300,000 vehicles. You could see how distorted it's distorted their perception of reality because they see it so often they think it's affordable. Right? If you're in a downtown area in South Florida and one of the major cities, it ain't nothing to see a Ferrari 488, 458, right? 599, F12, the Ferrari Superfast. It's nothing to see those. It's like I said, it's nothing to see the Lamborghini Urus. It ain't nothing to see a Gallardo. It ain't nothing to see a Huracan. Maybe even a Aventador or two. To the point where people know they're super expensive, but they don't know how expensive they are. They don't know they're looking at a $500,000 car, a $250,000, $300,000 car, $350,000 car. And that's what social media and the overall general media has done to many people's minds, specifically women. Y'all see Blackish and y'all don't realize, and shout out to Yvette and Tone Talks, y'all don't realize that the front of Blackish house is a $2.4 million house. Talking about level up. Oh, we've done the work. We've leveled up. You're delusional, lady. You don't realize you're looking at a $3 million house. After dealer markups and everything like that, you don't realize the Telluride is a $50,000 truck. Right? And people are going to take out the loan and they're doing 6 and 8 year loans for that. And because you see them everywhere, you think it's affordable. The people that got them, many of them could barely afford it, and they had to take out a freaking 6 and 7 year loan, 8 year loan to be able to pay it off with insane interest. 50 after they finish paying it off, it's like a $70,000 truck, $65,000 truck. You got women living with their parents. And by the way, I'm a black man born and raised in America. I understand the struggle. So I'm not beating up on the sisters for that. But you can't be living at home with your parents at 32, 33 years old, talking about how black men aren't showing up. Talking about men. What did white women say? We've done the work. We've leveled up. When is it men's time to level up? How many of y'all are living at home with your parents? And that's not me beating up on you. It is to say, are you looking in the mirror? Are you looking in the mirror? We've done the work. We've done the work. What work? Y'all on the internet talking about how men are trash. Men need to show up for you this way and that way. Men are this abusive. Men are that abusive. Men are treating women like trash. You're doing the work. Y'all going to see therapy. The weirdest thing in the world to me is when you hear a person say they're in therapy or they're gonna or they've done therapy, and then you listen to them talk and you're like, oh my God, this person barely got it together. You've already sought therapeutic help. You've already seen a therapist, and you sound like that. How did you sound before the therapist? That's what it looked like. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit that super chat. Oh my God. Right? That's frightening. And just because y'all got a white woman saying all the stuff y'all been now it's, yeah, girl. Once again, Mr. Z is not here to beat up on black women. I am here to tell y'all this is not looking good. That main character syndrome y'all got, where you could talk like this and act like this and throw this temper tantrum, and somehow God or the universe or luck or whatever African goddess you believe in is gonna still send you a baller dude to save you from yourself, save you from that 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 120 student loan debt, save you from your parents' home or that roommate that you've grown to be annoyed by over the past 2-3 years you've been living with them. right? You think you can throw this temper tantrum because the white racist hyper-capitalist men lied to you. They told you to go to college and acquire this debt because they didn't want to tell you they shipped the job that you would have did overseas. You would have maybe been in the factory next to your future husband, making $50, $60, $70, $80,000 a year unionized, and they sent that job overseas, or they sent it to the South with no union, and instead of them telling you that, they told you to go to college and acquire debt. You would have been a woman, in the post office, making $40,000, $50,000 a year, retire at 55, live the rest of your life for the next 30 years before you pass and help raise your grandbabies. But they didn't want they didn't want it to get too big, so they discouraged you from that, and they pointed you to college and university. By the way, I'm not railing against college and university. For those of you that heard Mr. Z speak before, I want to go back to school. So that's not where I'm going. That's not the energy I'm hitting this with, right? They didn't want you in corporate America because they have a number of black people they want in there. They already got the rear end, kissers. They got enough of them in there. They already got the sassy security. Excuse me, the secretary at the front desk. They already got her. They already got the sassy sister in HR. They already got her. They only deal with enough of them at one time, right? They sent y'all to college to get middle management jobs. And now with automation, they don't even need that necessarily anymore. As you can see, look at how many of them, once COVID happened, they sent y'all home, and now COVID's not really a thing no more. It really is, but still. Many of them, they're looking to not renew that contract for that office building. And they slowly automated those jobs, so many of you are never going to go back. So instead of getting at the white racist capitalists that have been with this neoliberal project for the past 40 plus years, instead of you getting at them, instead of y'all marching on Washington, instead of y'all demanding stable ass $60, $70, $80,000 a year jobs, instead of y'all doing that, y'all are drooling on baller life TV shit. Real Housewives of whatever the hell. And then getting mad at black men because black men are not making $80,000+ a year to provide you this particular lifestyle. And now y'all clapping it up for the white woman who's fed up with her dating experience. Right? Y'all still don't get it yet. Shout out to Judge Zilla. Oh, first, let me read super chats first. Automation is the future, black men. It really is. Shout out to Judge Zilla. Judge Zilla, I used to work at an office too. Let me read your comments so people can know. Hey. Some of us did not kiss rear end, only upper back and thigh region. Shout out to you, Judge Zilla. And I used to work at an office too. I didn't kiss rear end either. I'm the weird dude that went from white collar to blue collar, right? Now I work outside and I sweat all day, and I'm perfectly okay with it. And I make more because I was low level white collar, and now I'm still kind of low level blue collar, but I make way more, right? Sister George, what's up? Right? What's up, Mr. Z? What's up, Sister George? Yeah, Sister George, did you see that video on Real Talk with Yanny's channel where I'm giving you patrons, Real Talk with Yanny. I'm giving you views right now, where it's a white woman railing against and the link is in my description box. A white woman talking about the article that came out and talking about men being single or lonely, and women have leveled up. When are men gonna level up? And this is good. Women are tired of men treating them like trash and not being available for them. And she said ghosting is abusive. Ghosting is abuse, as if women are not ghost queens, right? It's hysterical. And the woman was barely keeping it together. She was snarling at the camera practically. While when a person is barely keeping it together and their voice is cracking, you could tell the woman probably was alpha widowed. She was probably alpha widowed, and she could barely contain herself. And you got black women clapping it up for her, and you got a black woman in the video pointing, you know, doing the whole, yeah, I agree with her, haha, yeah. Women in America, because men are having a real conversation about this. Women in America need to sit down, and I'm saying women, not just black women, and be honest that y'all were lied to. The white racist capitalist men and white racist feminists lied to y'all about y'all future. And now y'all don't know what to do. For younger Xers, for millennials, and for the oldest of Gen Z, y'all need to go talk to Gloria Steinem and maybe give her, I'm gonna be careful. Y'all need to go talk to all the feminists and all the hyper-capitalists. That's who y'all need to go find the real Gordon Geckos of the world. The ones that shipped y'all jobs overseas. The ones that made sure that wages stayed stagnant. Right? Y'all gotta go find all the feminists that told y'all was gonna be happy with some degrees and a little bit of money, and you'll have children on your own terms whenever you're ready, and men will bow to you with your little new money, and you'll dictate the terms of relationships. And if not, you'll just stay single or, you know, engage in same-sex relationships. Y'all need to go talk to those people. Y'all are mad at the average dude. And let's be very clear. The average woman is mad at the average dude because he's not the top 20% dude. She's mad that she can't live the lifestyle she saw on TV growing up. That she was promised by the white racist capitalists and the white feminists. And then the black feminists, both men and women, black feminists, that told her this life was just at her fingertips. But instead of being mad at those people, you're mad at the average dude. The $42,000 a year dude, the $50,000 a year dude, the $35,000 a year dude. You're mad at him because the white racist hyper-capitalists lied to you. And for all the brothers in here, all my super capitalist brothers, I'm not railing against you right now. This is not about you. Because quite frankly, you don't have the power, and you're not the ones that told these women this. I am talking about the Milton Freemans of the world, though. That's who I'm talking about. The Ronald Reagans and the Lee Atwaters of the world. The Bill Clintons of the world. The Bush seniors of the world. The Bush juniors after 9/11 that told y'all, go shopping. That's who I'm talking about. We just got it. We supposedly just got hit by these planes, and the first thing he did, go back shopping. Right? To sustain the economy. It makes sense, I get it. But, right? So, I'm coming to a close. This is the problem. So now the white woman is mad at her white man because she probably got alpha widowed. And you got black women, none the wiser, still ain't learned from second wave feminism and them hitching their cart to that wagon or hitching their wagon to that train. Y'all still ain't learned. Y'all still going along and clapping it up for this woman who very likely could be married in 2-3 years while y'all still single as hell, drooling over her man, wishing for her new life. Y'all still don't get it. And like I said earlier, Real Talk with Yanny, with her infinite ignorance, clapping it up for this. This is a problem. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Ladies, y'all don't get it yet? When Kevin said buy a dog, die alone, y'all saw it as a threat, as a insult. And yet y'all are being, after his death, he's been gone for what, 2 months now? A little over 2 months. Y'all still don't get it? Y'all are slowly walking to exactly what he was trying to warn y'all about. Because you put the bar, your air quote standards, to the moon. You don't want to investigate what you truly believe and how it's detrimental to your life and peace. Right? You just want whatever the hell you talking about. That's why I brought up the cars earlier. Because y'all don't even know what the life y'all asking for, y'all don't even know what it costs. What's the median house right now going for? $350 and something? For your regular 3-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe a garage or 2 house? We're not even talking about nothing extravagant. Y'all don't know what the life y'all asking for costs. And now y'all got the white women saying these things and y'all clapping it up for her. We've done the work. We've leveled up. Where are the men? What? What are you talking about, lady? First of all, you seem unhinged. You barely got it together. Right? And this is not about making fun of the ladies. I live amongst black people. I work with black people. I'm around black people. I prefer a black woman. I'm with a black woman. If we don't work out, I'm gonna be with another black woman. So what happens to black women does affect me. What black women think and feel does affect me. This weird notion that many of us have across America, not just black people, of this weird ass individualism shit, lies. So black women in their infinite delusion clapping up for the white woman because she got an issue with her man. Literally recreating second wave feminism. Y'all ain't learned. Clearly. Just because she going through it with her man and she's in a moment of rage and anger and sadness and loneliness, and so she's projecting that onto men. Haha, y'all are lonely, so the article says ha 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 ha. Right? Sounded like Buddy Rowe from Dexter's Laboratory, his competition. Haha. Right? What was his name? Aardvark? Madvark? Marvark? I can't remember. One of y'all will say it in a minute. Sounded like him. That's how y'all sound. And yet, y'all don't get it. For those of you that want to know what I'm referencing, check the link in my description box, the video. Right? Mandark. Yes, Mandark. Shout out to F Holiday. Yeah. You got a bunch of sisters walking around here sounding like that. And then y'all on Kim Foster, Kim from Fort Harriet video talking about y'all haven't been in a relationship in your entire adult life and you're 37 years old. That's sad, bro. I'm in my mid-30s. I don't want to be in my mid-50s looking at y'all walking into offices, seeing the sadness and the depression on your face while you try to keep up a stiff upper lip and try to be stoic. And you're breaking inside and everybody could see it. Everybody at your job could see it. Your family could see it. Whatever friends you have could see it. Whoever patronizes whatever business you have or wherever you work could see it. I really don't, Mr. Z doesn't want to see that. That's why I'm not trying to dig at y'all per se, but tell you to get your mind right. Just because the white woman going through it with her man and now she's venting, y'all going along with it? Because we've been saying it. We've been saying it. We've been saying it. Been saying what? Right? Shout out to Jordan. Yeah, in a weird way, I do consider him. His question was, are these women considered femcells? In a weird way, I do consider them femcells. Not even a weird way. Yes, I consider them femcells. Throwing big temper tantrums because they can't have the world the way they want it. And they're mad at men. Yes, I consider them femcells. Angry at the world. Some of them, it's and most of them, I would argue, the vast majority, it's self-imposed, right? Femcelldom. And now the white woman's on it, Y'all need to stop pretending, man. Look, I'm around enough black women that tell me about other black women and what y'all say in confidence. Y'all are not happy. Y'all are going to sleep at night after using your vibrator crying. I'm not making that up. That's why Mr. Z brings it up all the time, because I'm not making it up. Y'all are crying yourselves to sleep at night. And just because y'all are putting on the internet, around your homegirls on the internet, and and yes girl, doesn't mean that you're not crying yourself to sleep at night. It doesn't mean you're not depressed. It doesn't mean you're not on antidepressants. Mr. Z knows, and that's sad. I'm not even making fun of y'all with that. That I'm not even trying to patronize y'all with the that's sad. No, that's for real legit sad. As I said before, and I'm really coming to a close now. We're a social and communal creature. And what's happening is that human beings, but namely women, are saying, I want a particular lifestyle. And if men can't afford me this lifestyle and pay for this for me and give me this, then I would rather be single. And I'm perfectly okay with people saying that, namely women saying that. But then deal with what life gives you when it actually says, all right, then be single. See, it's like we're calling life or the universe or God's bluff, thinking that it's going to bend to our will. What about it when it doesn't? You giving life, God, the universe, whatever African gods you believe in, whatever you believe in, you giving them ultimatums. What about if they say, all right, bet, you ain't getting that. I had something for you, but you said it's either what you want or nothing. You never even investigated why you want what you want. You just said, I want this. Like I told you, I want the Benz, screw the Camry life. Okay, what about if God said, hey, I had the Camry for you. I had a fully loaded, nice Camry for you. And you said, screw it, if I can't have the Benz, I'd rather walk. What about when it starts raining? Now what? And it's a windy day, your umbrella bends backwards. Now what? Shout out to Earth. Earth said, what you said? Welcome to the nothing. Exactly. Welcome to the nothing. And many of us, that's the spirit that we have. That's not exclusive to women. But it's going to hurt women really, really bad, especially when it comes to their intimate relationships, their relationships with men. Because some of y'all are still having sex with dudes. Y'all even having sex with the type of dudes you want. Y'all just can't get the relationship out of it and you're mad as hell. And then there's the others of you that are not having sex, no relationship. 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years, maybe your entire adulthood. No relationship, sex seldomly, if even. We got the video of the sister crying, the light-skinned sister crying. I said this on a previous video of she crying, talking about, I don't get my name said consistently. I don't get said I love you, love me, and da. Crying up a storm. And y'all are happy being single because the white woman is venting at her man. Man, get out of here. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit that super chat. You know, and I'll look forward to y'all comments after the video. This is horrible and sad. And I know Mr. Z is not by himself. I know I'm not by myself. I know most brothers, as angry as we are with sisters, as annoyed as we are with women in general, we really don't want to see y'all dying by yourself. We really don't want, because we got to deal with you. When we go pull up in the fast food line, we got to deal with all that sass and that anger, right? When we go to the post office to go send something out, we got to deal with all that sass and that anger and that sadness. When we're police officers and we got to go deal with you in whatever situation you got, and we say 1 or 2 words to you and you crack and you start bawling and crying, we know that's pent up whatever the hell because you're insane. Right? You're our sisters, our mothers, our aunts, that we gotta look after, and when we come visit you, you barely got it together. Talking about, no, I'm good, bro. I'm good. We looking at your kids and they're behind you looking at us like, no, she's not. No, she's not. She just whooped my ass because I left the toilet seat up. Right? She just cursed me out because I left the spoon in the sink. And it's not really about the spoon. We looking at your kids behind you and they looking at us shaking their head like, no, she's not, Unc. She ain't got it together. Y'all forgot, many of the black men in the black manosphere, they tell us stories about their mothers. They'll be honest about their fathers, but they tell us stories about their mothers. We know. Right? Talking about trauma, like the therapist sisters in the previous video I covered. Where these men getting the trauma from? The white woman talking about, oh, y'all dealing with trauma and blah, blah, blah. Where are men getting the trauma from? Is it only from other men? You talking about being ghosted. Shout out to all the black women thumbing up and clapping it up for this lame-ass white woman. Where these dudes getting the trauma from? Maybe it's because for the third time, he was a foodie call. Huh? Mr. Z was a foodie call a couple times. I came out some money. But I'm still not necessarily angry and seething at women for that. That comes with adulting and maturity. You know, you don't hold on to things from 15 and 20 years ago and 10 years ago, especially if you're still alive and you're still making money and you're still good. Y'all be holding on to stuff for 2 decades, 3 decades to death. Come on, man. So I'll pause right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Thank you guys for being here with Mr. Z ranting about this white woman and about Real Talk with Yanny, putting the video up, and then her comment section running amok on some this is cosmic justice, ha 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 type thing. Man dark type thing. Ha 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 ha. No, stop it. Be careful what you ask for, ladies. Be careful what you wish for. Like I told y'all, and I'll truly end with this. The white guys are drooling, looking forward to all the money you gotta spend because you single, lonely, and miserable. So yeah, the New York Times or whoever it was put out this article and y'all think it's great. Finally, men get to feel, and that's what the white woman said, right? Finally, men get to feel what y'all feel. All right. Are y'all really done though? Is what I asked in the title. And it doesn't seem like y'all really are done with men. Y'all just want us to feel how y'all feel. And most of us won't. All right, y'all. I'm out. Mr. Z, pause right there. Shout out to Toya. All right. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out.